is Friday. Welcome to NBA Today. I'm Malika Andrews, joined by two-time WNBA All-Star Chiney Ogwumike. Chiney and I are both also going on NBA Countdown tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern, but we have to start by going to the Mecca because it was a wild finish that culminated with a buzzer beater that, I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, you just have to see it. So, Knicks, Tom Thibodeau, Evan Fournier, they trailed by as many as 25 points in the first half. Julius Randle goes all the way to the hoop, stop, reverse, pivot, hits it off the glass. But as he's running back, he gives a little thumbs down to the Garden crowd, Chiney.
A little petty, but I get why. He's put his heart and soul into the game, but the game was really Evan Fournier. He was in his baguette. You see what I did there? Career high 41 points, 10 career high made threes. He just had the Garden going, and everyone loved it. The Knicks took a 99-98 lead, but then this is why you have Jason Tatum. I mean, he's next level, goes with a nice move. He's obviously fired up, but guess what? We had ping pong and bing bong basketball, right? Check out this bucket. I mean, this is how bad they wanted it. This is not perfect basketball, but quickly. Nice finish right there. Again, this is why you have the star, though. Jason Tatum, who wants the ball at the end of the game. I mean, he's taking on everybody here. Nice little elbow jumper. This is what I love about Tatum. Like, this is what you expect for him, but the Knicks had something to say, Malika.
Well, the game is all tied up, so we enter a timeout. Tom Thibodeau draws it up. 1.5 seconds left, just like he drew it. Hey. Bing bong. Are we still doing that? We're still doing that here. There is no better place, Chiney, to hit a game winner than in the Garden. Tracy Morgan loved it. Look at the Knicks running off the bench. The Garden explodes. Here's R.J. Barrett after the game.
1.5 to go in regulation. Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win.
Every time I shoot, I think it's going in.
Oh, it's good! Off the window!
I didn't even really see it because I fell. I didn't even see it go in, but just from everybody else's reaction, I could tell.
The end of games have been a disaster for the Celtics this year.
We need some leadership, somebody that can calm us down and not get rattled when everything starts to go a little south. And I think it snowballs between our guys. Some kind of lack of mental toughness there where something goes a little bad and we all start to drop our head, or everybody adds to it instead of stepping up and calming us.
I feel like he's 100% right, to be honest. We get rattled a lot, obviously, especially when we are facing adversity. I feel like we just got to find it in ourselves, you know, the grit and the fight to just come together, even when stuff not going our way.
So this was not only the Celtics' largest blown lead of the season, but the fourth time they've blown a lead of at least 19 points. And no other team has done that has had more than two losses when leading by 19 points. So it's a huge win for the Knicks, but it was another tough loss for the Celtics. So for all of that, we need to bring in our own big leprechaun, Kendrick Perkins. But Chiney, I do want to start with you. Hey, Perk. Is this more about the Celtics collapse or the Knicks win?
I have a feeling where Kendrick Perkins about to go, so I'm going to talk on the Knicks because this was a good measuring stick or a measuring test for both of these two teams. I think they're like 10th and 11th in the standings, and you see two teams trending in different directions. And I'm going to talk about, because you know I'm always glass half full, the positive side, the Knicks. You feel like this type of win can motivate them to get those wins that they were getting last year, those must-win games against teams that they're better than. They can get back on track. I mean, that's exactly why you brought Evan Fournier, to get buckets, especially from three. That's exactly the type of clutch mindset that you get from a Duke player in R.J. Barrett to knock down that shot. Kemba's played better even though he hasn't been available. That's the type of Knicks basketball that Coach Thibodeau wanted to compete toe-and-toe. Now, these are different versions of the Knicks and the Celtics, but I feel like you really have to feel that the Knicks are trending finally in a better direction at the start of the year.
Perk, are you okay?
Yeah.
Wellness check.
You know what? Here's the thing. This is my first time hearing Ime Udoka post-game interview. And, you know, he's starting to develop a habit of actually blaming everything on the players. And he's not holding himself accountable. Because, you know, both of you know that I watch all of the Celtics games, okay? And I see the chemistry is off. And even watching the game last night, I already knew when the Knicks started to make a run that the Celtics were gonna fold like some clean sheets, and they did just that. But when you think about Ime Udoka, think about this. Last night, Jason Tatum had it going. Jaylen Brown was standing in the corner. I think in the fourth quarter, Jaylen Brown probably touched the ball maybe 3 times. That's not on the players. That's on the coaches. How many times did we see Dennis Schroeder sitting up there dribbling the air out of the basketball? Or matter of fact, how many times did we see Marcus Smart get wide open threes? You know why Marcus Smart got wide open threes? It's because he kept being in the action down the stretch when it should have been Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So when I'm looking at what's going on with the Celtics, it don't surprise me because I tried to warn y'all about this a month ago that they're so inconsistent and they find ways to blow games. They done had 2 bad losses. One was against the Spurs 2 nights ago, and last night against the Knicks being up 25. They got to figure some things out. In my opinion, it's time to split up the Jays. One of them got to go.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.